Hello and welcome. This is Nikken showcase presentation about a better way to a life of balance. And my name's Randy Rolfe, and I've been involved with Nikken over 20 years, and it's changed my life. I was already a nutritionist and doing everything I knew to stay healthy and keep my family healthy. But when I heard about Nikken, it was a whole nother dimension to wellness. And I didn't have any complaints at the time. But I wanted to do whatever it would take to stay healthy and live a long, healthy life. But even I noticed that my balance was a little better when I was ballroom dancing, and I didn't get tired when I was running. And I felt I was getting a better night's sleep. I would wake up bright and bushy-tailed and ready to go, rather than, oh, I wish I could sleep another 20 minutes. So then I knew that it could help almost anybody feel better, and I've seen miracles since then. So I'm excited to be sharing this with you, our 30-minute presentation. We have a number of them all week, and this is our Thursday morning one. And so I'm going to share a PowerPoint and then introduce a special guest who will tell you her story. So just a moment, I'll get my slideshow started. So Nikken is a better way. It's a whole new way to a life in balance. And this is an independent Nikken consultation that's not corporate, so we're sharing our own stories. But it's all about a group of entrepreneurs who want to change the world by making it healthier. So we're looking for people, planet, and profit. All three get benefit from Nikken. And it's a choice. So it's really up to you how you want to be involved with Nikken, if you do. And Nikken Choice is about active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship. And it's based on a philosophy of 5 pillars of health: healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And that's a profound philosophy that Nikken's had from the very beginning, back in the mid-70s, over 40 years ago. And it's all about you need balance in all those areas or something starts to suffer. Certainly if your physical health is waning, it will affect every other part of your body. If you're surrounded by negative people or don't like the people you work with or your bosses pushing you around, that affects your mental and capabilities with your family. You come home irritable and tired and frustrated. If you don't have enough time with your family, that you're not going to feel fulfilled in other areas. And if your work isn't meaningful in some way, or you don't have any time to give back to your community, that affects the rest of your life. And of course, finances. If your financial situation is not so good, it affects everything else. You can't take good vacations. It's hard to find the time to take care of your body and your mind and your community. And for me, that was huge because I'd given up. I was a lawyer, big firm practice, headed in for 6 figures at least. And but I wasn't getting enough time to put into my family. And I wanted to have kids, and I wanted to be the parent in charge. So I left the practice of law, and I thought I'd given up being really financially free. But along came Nikken with that pillar also supported. So it's been amazing. And the core of Nikken is about the compounding effect of daily choices and habits, and they determine our quality of life over time. Our little decisions consistently over time make a radical difference. And in this little graph shows that in almost 3 years, you can completely turn your life around. It's really amazing. And the main stress in life today for most people is finances, even when it's health It's often, how do I pay for my treatments or my medications or changing my lifestyle as I need to? And so finances, we're going to talk about the entrepreneurship first, and then we will talk about the active wellness in Nikken. These are the 4 quadrants that were developed by Robert Kiyosaki to describe how we earn our money. And the 2 that are really most people, 95% of the North American population, are either employees or self-employed. And there you're selling your time for money, and there's so many hours in the day. When I was a young associate, they were charging me at $400 an hour, but that's not what they paid me. And there's no leverage. You can't leverage your time or your money when you're an employee. When I moved to family counseling out of my home, I was in charge, but I still only had so many hours, and I certainly couldn't charge $400 an hour, because one of the main stresses on the families I was working with was their finances. So again, no leverage. So if you really want financial freedom, you need to become a business owner or an investor. And the challenge there is that you need a lot of money in traditional business to own a business, to get started, or you go into debt with a big bank loan. And 95% of the wealth is controlled by the 5% of our population who are business owners and investors. We have
Randy?
McDonald's. Yes.
Forgive me for interrupting for just a moment, because what you're sharing is exactly what our slides represent. Unfortunately, at the moment, they're not displaying.
They're not displayed. Oh,
yeah, I'm
okay.
sorry.
Let's see what we can do about that. That's too bad.
Well, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay, well,
this is another part. It was wonderful about our collaborative opportunity that we can share with each other and build such a confidence in that we'll have each other's backs. Even though, as in a traditional network marketing, you're kind of your people above you, people below you, who you talk. No, Nikken is Nikken, and we're all Nikken family.
Thank you, Hattiejane.
I am not the same mind. She is doing a magnificent job. Thank you. Slides are now up. It's your full page.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Individual slide.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. So I did a little something different, and I won't do that again for sure.
See, people, we teach and learn from each other.
Yes. So let me
again, a marvelous way of working. You don't have to feel embarrassed that you don't know right away.
Right.
Or if you goof, because there'll be other of us that do it very well too.
People are got our backs. I can't find my screen.
Because the Nikken the Nikken identity is really a family that is interested in our well-being. And we focus on health, but it is so much more than health. But we'll get into that.
Yes, it's not going. I can't.
Ability to have the finances to take care of our
there
world.
We go. Move that over.
Back to you.
All right. Whoops. Okay, we'll go through our slides again so you'll see what I should have been showing you. Okay, so this is about the getting to financial freedom. You really need to own a business or be an investor. And in the case of franchises, like McDonald's, you need $1 million or $2 million really to get started, and you can leverage the work of others and take a little bit of the profit from all of that they do. The only problem is it often takes millions to get started. And if you're an investor, you need even more millions, and you need $1 million in the bank just to make $50,000 a year on interest. So leveraging your money, you really need a lot of money. But now the gig economy is changing all that, because this new aspect of the economy is where independent workers have on-demand availability for temporary engagements and or part-time work. And this, you can work from home, you make your own hours, you have work-life balance, and you can increase your mobility. You can be anywhere with your cell phone, and it can be very cost effective. So people are adding to their incomes and starting their own businesses in this gig economy. And this little graph shows that Uber is a perfect example. While GM went down a billion, Uber increased from millions to billions in 5 years. And that's where people are just adding to their income with a gig on the side, driving people around. And Amazon also, in the same time Walmart increased by a couple billion, Amazon increased by 5 times in 3 years. And that shows the impact of the internet. So many people not only buying, but also selling and creating businesses online. So we have no idea what the gig economy is going to come up with in the future, but Nikken is the perfect gig. The Nikken advantage is that we collaborate, as Hattiejane just described so well in saving me. And the low cost of entry don't mean $1 million, just it's under $100 to join the Nikken business and then get your products so that you can use them, tell your story, and show them. It's easily integrated into your life. In fact, you want to, because the products are so fantastic. Turnkey entrepreneur system is already well established, and Nikken has a fantastic commission system and leaders to share with us. As Hattiejane said, we all help each other, and a leadership program is very powerful to move from just a startup to being a true leader of an organization. So what do we do as entrepreneurs? Well, we utilize the gig economy to offer people opportunity and income and teach others to turn purpose into profits. So we find customers and entrepreneurs who want to join us in the business. This is a lovely little diagram of what we do. We join Nikken, we share and promote the products, we invite people to be customers or consultants with us. Nikken does all the heavy lifting, the tough stuff, the inventory, the warehousing, the research and development, and then they reward us well. It's the finest compensation plan in direct sales, as far as I know, and it really, really works. It's like clockwork, and you don't even have to do your own accounting. And we have a cash flow engine based on the wellness home. That's all Nikken's products in your home. There's the initial startup investment, and then get on the monthly support with nutritionals and skincare. We upgrade to produce our whole wellness home and for optimal health, and then additional users. When I joined, I was like, this is great, but I want my kids on our sleep system too. So, and then I started telling friends and family about it and getting others enjoying these amazing wellness products. And then Nikken's always innovating, and we have a wonderful new technology we've added, which is the grounding pad. So it's a purpose-driven model. And this little core circle of influence, so like a flower up top, or the hands holding wellness homes, that's our 5 or more customers that are building wellness homes. And you don't have to do any building. It's just introducing the products into your house. And then our 3 partners. We can have as many partners as we want, but they've joined us collaboratively. And we teach 3 to reach 3. So we help each of our partners get their 3 leaders. And it builds by the ABC system, where the new person is the B, they have a mentor, a leader, their sponsor, helping them introduce Nikken to C, the customer or consultant, potentially. And the support system is amazing. The silver, gold, platinum, there's the different levels of leadership, and everyone helps everybody else. We have 7 billion potential customers and partners, so there's no competition between organizations. We help each other. And one apple seed, that would be you or me, can impact literally millions of people. One apple seed can be responsible for millions of apple trees and apples if it's nurtured and taken care of. And this is what I call a cone of possibility. It's an actual diagram of the business. At the top is the consultant top of the organization. But everybody can also have their own organization. And on the left side are the 3 leaders getting their 3 leaders who get their 3 leaders. And in the middle is all the customers that each have. And your 3 leaders have their 3 leaders, and they have together, they have 45 customers, and yours as well. And by the time you get that kind of structure, you're already earning $500 a month, leveraging the efforts of others. And it builds and builds to well over 40,000 a month. We're talking about a month. And this picture is based on everyone purchasing just $100 or $125 a month, what we call 100 points. And many people will do much more than that every month. So you can see how your organization can grow quickly, and your check as well, and the planet that you're impacting, and all the people. These are all the different ways that we earn in Nikken. It's truly an amazing program. A bunch of people were just announced who are going to Italy this year because of their accomplishments last year, but the money flows every week and every month. So now I'm going to introduce Hattiejane, who's already spoken, Hattiejane Daracot, who's my co-host, and she's going to share about active wellness, because our business is built around the Nikken Wellness Home. So take it away, Hattiejane.
Thank you, Randy. And when you invited me and Karen Rose to join you, it was such a delight. It's not because I'm a great speaker or a great business builder, it's because I just am passionate about Nikken. Excuse me. And as you can see, we're picturing 2 tall people and 2 short people there, and representing a family out in nature having fun, being active. And that's what we build on, because our sleep, our stress, our air we breathe, and the water we drink, if they don't work together in a healthy way, they really impact our daily lives and ultimately totally our health. And having been a nurse for many years, and then going into direct hands-on care with massage and shiatsu treatment of the energy field, I was aware when I first saw the product line and heard someone give testimony as to how they experienced it and felt it really qualified as being a very effective health care modality, I was in, because I had seen what other companies had done coming into our country from Japan, and felt that my clients, my patients would really benefit. I had no idea of the hope that it would be able to give me for my own personal health. So my own challenges, because as a child, I was constantly dealing with my own health issues of allergies and just feeling out of sorts and so forth, and worked my way toward obesity, just like so many of our kids nowadays. And it's showing repeatedly over all different types of modalities that children are not healthy as they should be, and that is our future. But as a child growing up, I can tell you it was very confusing. So what's the answer? Well, with Nikken, I found I had a choice. When I used my product, I found that things were different. If I took the product off, some problems came back. So when I put the product on, the problems went away, or became more manageable and went away in time. So for me, it's healthy by choice, not by chance. Not that using Nikken products are the only way you have a choice, but when your body is giving you confusing messages, and it really helps to have an entryway into why we're feeling the way we do and why the choices we make are having effects. So this is why we feel that the wellness home, because when the Japanese started out, Mr. Masuda started out all those years ago, he was so aware of how exhausted he felt after a heavy day at work and returning home, and how tired he felt and how much he missed wanting to be relaxed with his family. And so he took some concepts that they had in Japan and said, well, let's try this. And the new stuff that's coming out in science is showing us that. Let's try this. And they came out with the first magnetic product that they slipped into what they wore on their feet. And the word changed, and that went on. And so from that first concept with being something that you wore at night, or you wore all day, and the change it made, they added to the sleep system, and therefore became the first component of a home. And as you know, in greenhouses, they get the adequate light in days in which the sun is not so much. They protect you from an environment that is hostile. It promotes an internal environment that you live in that is so healthy, that gives you the right air, the right ventilation, the right light. It gives you what you need in order to prosper in your health. And so with that, we can break it up into a couple of territories. As you can see now on the slide, we have broken it down into various groups so people could start with what they're interested in. We have nutrition, energy, water, and sleep products. And they all have effects of super healthy, basic on science that deals with how well we can be. It is not a medical component, it is a health component. There is the mattress pad that you put on top of your existing pad, and your blanket that covers the top of you, and the pillow that goes under your head. All of those have technologies that promote the wellness of your body's health and maintenance and growing, and relieves you feeling so well rested, so that your body's able to do the repair and the maintenance it needs to do. And then they said, well, we need to hydrate, because water is a great, great deal important to our body's health. Our body works in a bath of water. We don't make water very much from what we eat. We make a little bit, but not adequately. We have to have water. But the chlorine that's in it, we've got to protect ourselves from typhus and chlorine and other things that are waterborne. So we've got to have clean water. And so when we take showers and everything, we don't want to breathe chlorine gas. And when we go out and go to our daily activities, we can carry one bottle with us that we filled up at home, but we also then can take our own filtered bottle and fill it up from the taps of wherever we are, so that we're constantly able to maintain an internal nutrition, an internal essential element of healthy water. And then, as you can see on the next slide, are a bunch of individual items. And the first product of the insoles, our latest generation, because Nikken is constantly examining what people are saying about what they're using and what they will use, because these are not something that you sit on the shelf and look at until you're in a disaster situation. These are something that you work with your body. Your body works with your body to help your body work even better, and you know it because you can tell it. And if you can't tell it, you wait and other people notice things about you and you go, oh, really? And then you realize, yeah, things have changed. So then we went to the nutrition. And then we went to the nutritional area. And so again, the nutritional is not something that's based on, this seems like a good idea. It's based on science by researchers and developers who were looking into why do natural whole products, whole food products work so well in the human body, and what works even better, and what combines with things to help the human body work better. So I invite you to become a customer, part-time entrepreneur, a full-time entrepreneur, because we are all entrepreneurs, and we've chosen to make this company something that we feel we want to invest our time and our belief in. And a lot of us are like myself, are over 20 years old in this company. I wouldn't have stayed in it if I didn't believe in it. So begin your new success story and check it out for active wellness and living life in balance. It really is real. Thank you, Randy.
Thanks, Hattiejane. Great job. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to
You're
go
doing
over
great.
We're going to have to go over 30 minutes so I can share, share. Welcome, Pam. Thank you so much for joining us. And she also has great experience with Nikken and is one of the many wonderful people that I've met in Nikken. We're a wonderful entrepreneurial collaboration to change the world for the better. So please, Pam, share what you were doing when you discovered Nikken, why it got your attention, and what it's meant to you.
Well, there's a whole lot as you were going through the wonderful presentation, and Randy, thank you for allowing me to share. It's like, yes, all of those. And yes, Hattiejane, I am over 20 years and very proud of it. I'm proud of it because of everything that this company stands for and the people that are involved in this company as well. My name is Pam Barnes, and I live just outside of the Louisville, Kentucky area. I'm a little bit cloggy, and I want to say thank you to these two products, Immunity and Siaga, or I probably wouldn't have my head off of the pillow. So that's the other benefit, is if something does hit you, you've got your insurance plan or assurance plan that you can run to and add more and do better. So I'm a little nasally. I am a dental hygienist, over 40 years of it, but I'm really not. I'm a wellness specialist. I saw my patients getting more ill every 6 months when they came in. And I wanted to help them because that's what took me into dental hygiene, is to help everybody have a positive smile about them and feel good about themselves. And in the meantime, as I'm watching them, I had to look in the mirror and see myself. I was also having a lot of difficulties, autoimmune complications, but more importantly, my wrists, both of them were really killing me. So much so my hands were numb most of the time. And yes, I still did dental hygiene without slicing people up, but I set my hands on ice blocks between patients so that I could keep them mobile. The doctors were saying, quit working. That's not what I wanted to do. I also knew I didn't want to do dental hygiene until I was 75 years old, but I didn't want to retire because I'm into helping people, as I said. So I was out searching for something besides that circle, and my doctors were wonderful. They did what they knew to do. But the dentist in the area, Dr. Jill Hayes, is the one that came to a hygiene meeting and shared about Nikken. And I have an American Indian in me, and it was all about it. I thought, oh, I'm ready. Sign me up, okay? And all I wanted was to get my health back so that I could be more to my family. I could be more to society. The money I was making was going to pay my medical expenses and my PT and things like that. I wanted to be able to do that. Well, Nikken has given me all of that and more. They give me trips to Japan, to California, I wish I was going to Italy, but that's coming. So it's given me so much because my friends saw the change in me. I was no longer wearing straps on my wrist and a neck support and a back support and walking funny because my feet hurt when I walked. And as I added a product, added the wrist and the neck first, it made such a difference. This brain box up here was not throbbing all day long. It was actually functioning and working again, which was great. And I couldn't believe the metamorphosis I had in the first 2 months. And I just kept adding products. Well, and then as you all know that have been in it, Nikken kept adding products. And every product took me to a different level and an upper level. And now the grounding pad, I mean, my goodness, and still another level it's taken my husband and myself to. So we can't say enough about the reality, the legitimacy of this company and the heart of this company, because we truly are humans being more, helping each other be better. And when my friends saw me do better and back to my old self, as in high school times, they said, give me some, give me some, give me some. So I addressed it kind of slowly, but just helping my friends. And then I stepped back, and in 3 months from when I started to put the first product on, I had somebody call me. Not only did I not know them, I didn't know the person that told them to call. And I went, wow, what do I have my hands on? And so that's what started the ball rolling, as you all mentioned. I put myself and my family in a greenhouse effect. My husband has really bad problems with stiffness, and that all got better. And my son had problems focusing and attention, and that all got better. And we just became that flower that blossomed out of that wellness home. So I'll be short and brief, but the business is fabulous. I was looking for something, but not really looking, because I love dental hygiene, but what a blend it was. And what is a blend it is for anybody. Being in the medical field is not necessarily an asset in sharing Nikken. All you need is that heart to share Nikken. You know, when you look at an oak tree, and we live on a farm, you look at an oak tree and they look so sturdy and strong on the outside. But we had a tornado come through 6 years ago now, and this huge, beautiful oak tree fell down. Well, what we saw inside is that it was rotten. We didn't know that. We had no idea. And so, you know, you want to have your inside strong and healthy. And when the inside's strong and healthy, the outside glows. And so it all comes together. So whoever invited you to listen to this, I encourage you to find out more, because there is great, great secrets, so it shouldn't be secrets within Nikken, that we are willing to let you in on those secrets. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks, Pam. That was so well done. We see a pussycat on the side there. The tail was flapping just at the very end. You said it so well. I'm not going to add anything else. Just feel the products and get to know the people, hear the stories, and you'll get more and more ideas about how to use these products to improve your health and your family and your friends. And join us in our mission to make it a healthier world. And,
may I add in animals? You mentioned the cat.
Yes.
I saved the life of my cat with these products. I mean, animals, we use them on all the animals. All the animals get to enjoy Nikken too.
Yeah, it's a great point, because they don't read the literature, they don't watch the videos, they just respond, and they go for it. We have pet pads, and the animals find it on their own if you put it on the floor where they can find it, or they'll sleep on our beds because they recognize the wonderful feeling that it gives them. And yeah, we've saved many pets who were aging or couldn't go up the stairs, and with our products, they heal. It's fantastic. So thanks so much for joining, Pam, and thank you, Hattiejane, for helping, and great presentation. And I'm going to end our recording now. Just get with the person who invited you and learn more about Nikken. Just absorb the goodness of the products and the people and the business itself. Thanks.